and welcome back to another episode of RC Icons. So today is part 2 of our Optima Mid Custom Special. In the last episode we got the chassis built. So this is a new unboxed kit that I built. Vintage kit, obviously, 1989. So the Optima Mid came out in 1987 and superseding the Optima Pro, which was the last Optima on the original chassis. And the biggest change from the Optima Pro to the Optima Mid was they moved the motor to in front of the rear gearbox for that mid motor configuration. And it basically changed everything for Kyosho. Not that the Optima Mid and Javelin weren't good, at least for the track it did it. Not that they weren't good race cars, because they obviously were. But the Mid, or changing the motor to the Mid configuration was obviously a game changer for them. So, like I said in the first episode, there's six cars in the original Mid family, with the Optima Mid being the first one in 1987, and then it went to the Turbo Optima Mid, the Turbo Optima Mid SE, the Turbo Optima Mid Special, or the TOMS, the Optima Mid Custom, and then they went to the Optima Mid Custom Special in 1989, with it being the last true Optima Mid before, I believe, the lasers started coming out. I believe that's right. So, yeah, in the first episode we got the chassis completely built. It's absolutely mint, obviously, with it being a brand new kit. That clicking you hear is just a steering arm. I don't have a servo in there. If you didn't see the first episode, go check it out. It was an epic build. Everything went together flawless, and short of the directions being 100% in Japanese, everything turned out great. So it feels awesome. The shocks are awesome. Super smooth. So the next step to get this car done, obviously, is the body. So in the kit, we obviously get our under tray. We get our body, and this is the only body that differs really from the other 5 mids. 1989, if you think about that, the Vanquish had just been released. The Egress had just been released. So I don't know if Kyosho was kind of following suit with that kind of futuristic look to it, but it's definitely a different body than the other 5, and I like it. A lot of people don't, but I think it looks great, and I like it in box art. A lot of people don't like the box art either. And then we have our wing. So obviously, with my directions being 100% in Japanese, I don't have a color. And it doesn't, it shows number 2230. But the color doesn't, when you look up the color, it doesn't really look the same as the box art. So when I look at that color, I see kind of a champagne gold. So I've got PS52 here, which is champagne gold anodized aluminum. Yeah, champagne gold anodized aluminum. So I think that this is probably the closest color. It might be a little bit too gold, but I know it's not silver. And then the body definitely looks flat. It's not, it doesn't look shiny. So I actually have PS55, excuse me for one second. I've got PS55 right here, which is a flat clear. So I'm toying with the notion of actually doing a flat clear on the outside of the body and under tray once this car is done. So we'll have to see what happens with that. We'll look at the body. So the body and the under tray and wing does not have any protective film on the outside of it. So obviously I'll have to mask the outside of it just to protect it, but it's not. It's all a single color anyways. So the rest of the car is made up with our decal sheet. Shows the window being clear. I'll probably do that, although I don't have a driver figure for it, so we may have to toy with the notion at some point of putting in a driver figure. So I don't know, some of the pictures look like the window's blacked out, but I just think that that's the dark. It just looks dark because it's, yeah, you can see through the window here. You can see through the window in the box, so the window is clear. So we'll mask the window off and we'll make the window clear, and that'll give us the option later if we decide to do a driver figure. And then the other thing we could always do later if we decide not to do a driver figure is we could smoke that window. So let me bring the camera over and I'll show you what we have here to work with, and then we're going to get to cutting out this body. Alright, now that I have you in this position, so if we look at our manual right here, it shows it being brush painted, and it shows paint number 2230. But again, the color just doesn't look right when you look that color up. I don't even know what the name of it is. I wouldn't be brush painting anyways. So if I bring the box over and I bring the can over, it looks pretty close, and I think it'll look even closer if I do the flat clear on the exterior of the body. So that's that champagne anodized aluminum. So I think that's the route we're gonna go, right, wrong, or indifferent. I do have a can of PS63 I brought up, which is bright gunmetal. It's obviously not that color. It's way too dark. It's not even close. But I might back it in the light gunmetal to try to... I'm trying to soften the gold color. I don't know that that will work. That might make it brighter. So I'll probably take a piece of test polycarbonate from the side here and play with it a little bit and see if I can and get the color as close as possible. And then before we start cutting them up, that's our original decal sheet from Kyosho. Beautiful. I love original decals. Not that there's anything wrong with MCI or some of the other repo companies. MCI does an awesome job, but original is original. So yeah, let's get this cut out, and then we'll get the body fitted, and I'll bring you back just before we start painting. Alright, so I had to bring you back. It's probably been 10 days since the last time I touched this car. And I was on film just a second ago, 10 days ago, thinking how easy this was going to be with just using the champagne gold. I had that bright gunmetal, which was way off, and I was talking about backing it with that. So I did a test piece of polycarbonate in the bright gunmetal, or the champagne gold. Sorry, champagne gold. And the color was just way too gold. Wasn't even close. And if you look at this box, it's got like a pinkish hue on it. So it's almost like a pink with a champagne gold underneath it. So for whatever reason, I went on this tangent of trying to, not even a tangent, an obsession of trying to match this box art. Almost like a challenge. So I literally have 7 different colors of paint here. Champagne gold, PS55, which is the flat clear for the outside. I've got PS12, which I was using just as a backer. PS36, translucent silver. PS45, translucent purple. PS40, translucent pink. And PS47, in iridescent pink gold. So, believe it or not, so let me show you what I did. So I started off with doing different amounts of coats. So I labeled it as I did it. So this one is 2 coats of the pink gold, this one, and then it's just backed with regular silver, and it came out way too gold. And then half of it is flat and the other half of it is still shiny. So when you put that up there, it's not right. It's way too gold. So that one was out. So this one was 3 coats of the pink gold with translucent silver as a backer. And that one, again, and it's hard because these paints all flip-flop, you know, based on of how you angle it. But again, that one was too gold. So then I went, what was this one? This one was, I think this one was champagne gold, just regular champagne gold, and that's too silvery. This one was translucent silver with the champagne gold, and that one is too silvery. And you can see I did flat and clear on every test sample. So then I was like, well, I need to get some pink or purple into this to get that hue. So then I got into the translucent pinks and purples, and these were way off. So this is translucent purple with just silver backing it, and that's obviously like purple. This one is translucent purple with translucent silver, and that just is not right. And it flip-flops, you know, it's like, depending on how you hold it, it turns purple and silver. Then there's another one that's too purple. So literally one after another, all flat, all gloss. This one is translucent pink with translucent silver. And I was trying to go light coats, dark coats. You know, this one is a very, very, very light coat of the translucent purple with translucent silver backing it. And in certain lights, it's not bad, but it still flip-flops to be very purpley, too purpley. So this is translucent. This is the, which one is this? This is the iridescent pink gold with the champagne gold behind it. And in certain lights, it's a little bit too gold. But in certain lights, it's like dead on. And again, flat and gloss. And this is the same, just with a real light coat of the pink. And I think that's the closest I've come. It's literally almost dead on, but again, it depends on how you're holding the piece. You know, because it flip-flops. But I think this is the ticket. So now I need to try to replicate this on all of this. So this, and I may even have to do another test piece after doing all this just to get back to this color. So this is, it doesn't even have the champagne gold. Actually, now that I look at the back, this is pink gold with translucent silver behind it. That's what's behind that. And I believe the other one was the same. And then this one was backed with silver. So this one, you can see, is a little bit more transparent. And this one is more gold. And it's because of the silver backing. Where this one is just got the translucent silver. You can see it's a completely different silver. So when it's on the car, it's actually probably gonna be a little bit see-through. And the only problem with that, I may have to try to put a pink behind it or a purple, but it's still gonna be translucent. So it makes it really hard. That's a wicked hard color, I'll be honest. But it's like a mission now, you know? It's like I've gone through all of this, 7 different cans of paint, all this different polycarbonate. It's like a mission now, and I don't want to get to the body, and if I have to do like a light coat, real light coat, trying to get an even light coat through the whole thing so that it's not blotchy is going to be hard. So it'll be interesting to see how this comes out, but I wanted to at least bring you back and kind of show you guys what I'm going through here, because it's a little bit crazy, neurotic, obsessive compulsive, and I don't want to say a waste of time, but you know, I could get the right color on a test piece and completely screw up the just the layer of the coat, and the body's junk. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So when I bring you back, this body will be painted, and we'll see if I'm a complete idiot or if I pulled this off. For you, it'll be seconds. For me, it's going to be a heart attack, and you know, could be another couple days. So I'll see you back here in just a second. But I definitely wanted to see you at least get your thoughts in the comment section about, do you guys ever done this? You ever go down this road trying to match box art, like being neurotic about it? And I say I'm not a purist. Okay, Keith. All right, I'll see you in a couple minutes with a painted body, and let's hope for the best. Well, the saga continues. Oh my word. I am obsessed. I don't know why, but I am. So, since that last clip you just saw literally a second ago, in real time it's been 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So I talked about how I had figured out the paint color, and I wasn't happy with it. So this was the paint color that I had originally decided was going to work, and it's kind of a flip-flop paint. But when you put it up to the box, it's still too gold. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera. It's still too gold. So I ended up working the paint again to get the right color, which has got like a little bit of a pinkish hue, but it flip-flops to that like that bronzy color. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22 failed colors. And then I was able to get 3 of the colors that I actually thought would work. And then it was a matter of replicating it, because it's a seriously light coat. So I left the paints downstairs, but the first color is pink anodized aluminum. In the next clip, I'll bring them up and show you. But the first coat is pink anodized aluminum, and you have to go so light with it, so light. And then it's transparent pink gold, another light coat of that, and then it goes to transparent silver, and then it finishes with champagne gold. So it's 4 different colors to get the box art color, and then it's a matter of how much you actually put on. So you can see 2 different bodies sitting here. I mean, that's what happened with this. So I put too much of the pink on, of the pink anodized silver, and I ended up, this is the original body too, and I'm devastated, but it kind of is what it is. So it ended up coming out pink anodized aluminum. So I put too much on the first coat. You can see the champagne gold. I put too much on the first coat, and then by the time, and I knew it as soon as I did it. There was no backing out. So this is it with the flat on it, the flat clear on the outside, and this is it shiny. So I didn't even finish the body yet, because I asked Glenn what his opinion was, and he loves this color. He's like, decal it, it looks great. And I'm like, yeah, dude, but it's pink. And I really was, I tried hard to get the box art color. So I ended up ordering 2 bodies, bodies, but reproduction bodies from Penguin. I had to wait for those to come in, and then try to replicate the 3 test samples that I actually nailed. It's perfect. It's got that little bit of pink hue all the way around it, and it's flat. So this is the under tray and body that this is the second one that I did, and I nailed it. I don't know if it's coming across on camera, but it's absolutely perfect. It's got the pink flip-flop just like the box does. It's got that flat look just like the box does. I ended up so hard to paint a wing, doing light coats in 4 different colors, and not having it come out totally messed up. So the wings are terrible, but I think once the decal's on it, because there's a lot of decals on it, it's going to be fine. The body was more important, and I nailed it. I've said that like 3 times now. So depending on how you look at this body, it throws off that pink color on the box. And I know on camera it's probably not coming across as well. But in front of me, it's absolutely perfect. Whereas this one is just in your face pink. It's the complete wrong color. So it sucks that I lost the original body. If you guys have a good way of stripping a body shell short of 40 hours in paint remover or polycarbonate cleaner, I know some of you guys, I know Jason at True Vintage talks about Simple Green. I've never used it before. I know Jay at J Hobbies strips bodies all the time. I know Mick at RC Hobby Shed just stripped the Turbo Ultima body, but I don't know what he used. So put it in the comments what you guys use, because I'm contemplating stripping this original shell and trying again. But I don't want to take a ton of time to do it. You know, I don't, put it this way, I don't want to put 40 hours into it, but if it's a day, then it's worth it. So I also ordered 2 sets of MCI decals that should be coming in any time now, because I didn't want to use the original decals on the pink shell, and I didn't know what was going to happen. After this disaster, I didn't trust myself, and I didn't know what to do. So this masking that's on here now is actually on the outside of the shell, so that the cockpit would stay clear. So if I peel that off, my cockpit's clear, right? But the rest of it's flat. PS 55. So I'll get the rest of the colors up here so that I can show you the method to my madness. But yeah, 3 weeks. I finished the I built this chassis. Then I built the Dynablaster chassis. Then I finished the Dynablaster shell in the middle of all this mess. And then I built the Ford Ranger F-150 chassis, and it's almost done paint in the amount of time it's taken me to get this body right. I love this car to death. I'm going to run this car for you guys. It's not going to be run with this shell. It may be run with the pink shell, but I'll be happy when it's done. I'll be happy when the body part of this is done. It was an epic chassis build, and the body was like a mission for me. I had to get it right. A lot of people, when you read in forums, they just paint it champagne gold, and it's the complete wrong color. So champagne gold is this, and that is not right. There's a pink hue on this body, and that is way off, like way off. So the ones you see for sale on eBay, they're either like silver or champagne gold. None of them are the true box color. This one is. And I'll get you, like, I know it's hard with the camera, but when that body is faced the exact same way as that box, it's the exact color. I'm so happy it came out right the second time. And I'm ecstatic to be getting to decals. So, yeah, I'm gonna clean this up, and I'm gonna start putting the original decals. I don't even know if I should wait and just put the repo decals on this just in case I strip that body someday. I don't know if it's going to matter, to be completely honest. At this point, I might just put the original decals on the Penguin body. Steve Haskins, I believe, owns Penguin, and shout out to you, Steve. We've never met. We've never talked. Dude, your bodies are awesome. Absolutely awesome. And I'm not taking anything away from TBG or any of the other body manufacturers. I have a ton of TBG bodies in my studio, and they're great. But Penguin are by far the best bang for the buck. The cut lines were perfect. Everything was perfect. The only thing that differed was the size of the wing. So if you look, now obviously reproduction bodies are always smaller, but this wing is significantly narrower than the original. But other than that, the body fits perfect. The cut lines were perfect. Everything was absolutely perfect on this body. And for the price, you really can't beat it. So, Steve, thank you for what you do. You make a superb product. If there's a body shell that I can get from you that somebody else offers, I will absolutely get it from you. If you don't offer it, then TBG is my number 2. But absolutely the best reproduction bodies around is Penguin, in my opinion. So let me go get the paints. Let me clean this mess up. When I bring you back, I'll have started decaling. All right. So you just saw me take out another set of decals. Freaking Kyosho, it drives me crazy. I guess I have to start calling myself a purist. So I said screw it, and I'm decaling the Penguin body with the original decals. And so I started out with Kyosho line tape, 1 millimeter. I have 0.4 and 0.7. I don't even know how people work with that stuff. It's so thin. So you can see it's got line tape around the cockpit, and then there's like a detail line going on the body. And on the original body shell, it actually shows that detail line. You can see it in the mold, right? So very easy to follow on the original body. On the Penguin body, it doesn't have that line there. So I did it freehand. So I did the cockpit, and then I did that detail line all the way around. Came out nice. So then I figured I would start with the front and work my way back. So the first decal I'm looking for is Kyosho Racing Team in yellow. Well, there's not yellow writing anywhere on the decal sheet. Typical Kyosho, right? We're going to put a car on the box with decals, but we're not going to put any of those decals in the box. Drives me crazy. So I put the line tape on, and then I don't have a yellow decal to go on there with writing. Nothing at all in yellow writing. So then it looked stupid. So it was driving me nuts. So I dipped into a set of Optima Pro decals from Mawan, and I took Super Suspension written in yellow and threw that on there. So then I get the front one on, and now I'm looking for Kyosho in white that goes underneath that. That ain't on the decal sheet. So again, I took it from the Optima Pro, and I got Racing Motor Le Mans. So Le Mans Racing Motor in white. The Bridgestones are original, and so is the yellow and the number 5. So I got the front of the body is done, although 3 of the decals are from Optima Pro. But it looks exactly like the box. So that's cool. Even though the writing is different, the colors are right. So then I'm like, all right, let me do the wing. So I wanted something to show you guys. So the wing shows the yellow stripe, and then it says Optima Mid Custom Zspecial. Well, they give you the yellow stripe, and they give you the Optima Mid Custom Zspecial, but it's set up differently. It's set up differently. Like the font is the same, but the Optima Mid is small, and then the Custom Zspecial is bigger. So then I'm looking for Kyosho Racing Team in white. No Kyosho Racing Team in white. So again to the Optima Pro decals, and I got 1/10 buggy off-road race car in white to go up there. And then the option house were right, and then the Kyosho and the Bridgestones were right. So the wing is done. It looks just like the picture. Although some of the writing is not the same, but at least the colors, it appears the same. So I'm going to keep moving forward. I know there's more decals on here. So the, what is it called? Off-Road Championship Grand Prix. That decal's not on the sheet. It's got the rescues, but it doesn't have the little red circle. It doesn't have the red, I can't even read what it says, but it doesn't have that little red decal. I don't know that it's got the Le Mans in yellow. I doubt it because there's no yellow decals. So it doesn't have the Le Mans racing motor in yellow. So I'm not sure if I'll try to find something else. So it doesn't have the Grand Prix and it doesn't have the Le Mans, but it has the Hooker headers one. It's got the off-road and it's got the Kyosho. So it's got the 3 red and yellow, but it doesn't have the 2 yellow decals. So I'm gonna try to find something for that as well. Those are like the last 2 that I need to try to find on some other decal sheet from Kyosho to make this thing look right. And then, you know, they give me a ton of other decals that aren't on the car, which like NGKs and Engel cams, and like those ones aren't even on the car. Like, Kyosho, what are you doing to us? And I know this is the same with all Kyosho cars. I just need to get used to it, I guess. But, you know, like, give us at least the right ones, you know. And then Arizona Desert Rat off-road, like, that's not on the car anywhere. And I don't want to just fill this up with red. I like the yellow in there as well. So I'm going to keep pushing forward on this body. I'm going to get the side pieces on here. I'm going to get the yellow stripes down the bottom. When I bring you back, the body's probably going to be done. Honestly, I still need to do the tire writing. Like, I've been so obsessed with the body. This car feels so good. I haven't even gotten into the tire writing yet. Look at that chassis. Lovely. I can't wait to run this car for you guys. It's going to be awesome. I haven't decided what I'm going to put in it for a motor yet. I'll probably just do the standard 240. Something tame because I don't want to go crazy with it. And yeah, I've got a couple of Kyosho motors. I've got a couple of the 600Es, but I think those are going to be slow. I'll probably just put a standard 240 ST in there. So yeah, let me keep going on the body here in the decals, and I'll bring you back when the body's done. And I'll probably the video is probably so long now that I'll just bring you back when it's done, and I'll just keep pushing forward. Oh, not to make it any longer, but so these are the paints. So the first coat is PS50, sparkling pink anodized aluminum. You have to go so light with this, so light. Like, literally, you're just dusting over it, and you're not even going to see it on the body, but trust me, it's enough. If you put it on any more than just a dusting, you're getting a pink body. It's just the way it works out. The second color is PS47. It's iridescent pink gold. And again, that's a very light coat. A little bit heavier than the anodized, the pink anodized. But that's your second coat. And it gives it that little bit of gold hue with the pink. And then the third color is PS36, which is translucent silver. That one you want to go heavy with, so it's like a metal flake silver, and you want to cover the body in metal flake. Make sure it's completely covered in the metal flake silver, and then basically just to back it, you're doing the champagne gold anodized aluminum PS52, and that's what most people paint the whole car with, and it's completely wrong. Whatever, if they're not a purist and they don't care, then it's fine, but it's the complete wrong color. And then once that's done, you get the color that you're looking for. And I would save your extra polycarbonate. Like, if you ever do body shell like this, just save. These are all just pieces off of bodies. And I used a lot of it, but I just do test pieces. And then it's about replication. So the outside of the body, and I've mentioned this a bunch of times, if you want a flat or a matte finish on the outside of the body, PS55 flat clear. And it gives it just that beautiful matte flat finish on the outside. Just make sure if there's anything clear, like headlights or stuff like that you want to keep clear, you mask it off on the outside. So yeah, let me keep pushing forward on decals, and I'll bring you back in a second, and we'll show you the finished product. All right, so I figured I'd bring you back. The car's done. I wanted to give you an up-close look at it before I do a closing. So tire writing is done. It came out good enough for my unsteady hands. And then you can see I got all my sponsorship and side decals on. It looks just like the box. Short of some of the decals, the writing has changed. The Off-Road Championship Grand Prix, like I said, it wasn't on the original decal sheet, but it was on my Optima Pro decal sheet. So I took those two and put them on. The hookers were on, as well as the two red ones. And then I needed a yellow one underneath to take the place of the Le Mans racing motor that wasn't on the decal sheet. I just wanted a little bit more yellow. So the Optima Pro decals, it said Optima Pro 4-wheel drive. And I didn't want to put Pro 4-wheel drive, so I just put the 4-wheel drive on there. But it gives that appearance of the box. Try to get these both in frame. Right, so essentially all of the decals, it looks exactly the same. And the color is obviously dead nut after everything I went through with that. So yeah, if any of you ever restore or do Optima Mid Custom Zspecial and you want to get box art with it, be prepared for a challenge, because it's not cut and dry, not by any stretch. I actually ordered, so I talked to Jay, my buddy Jason at True Vintage, and he said if you soak the original body in Simple Green, it takes like 2 or 3 days, but the paint will come. It's got to be full strength Simple Green. The paint will just essentially fall right off. So I am gonna have a go at stripping the original body. Hopefully I can get that cleaned up, and I'm gonna try again. So the saga is going to continue, but it's going to continue off camera while other cars are being built, because this needs to get kind of put away, and I need to concentrate on other cars. Like I said in one of the other clips, I did a complete Dynablaster and almost a complete Ford Ranger in a time that I've only been working on the body of this car. So 2 complete builds while this has all been going on, and I don't want to say it stressed me out, but I've kind of had enough of it. So I am excited to run it. So that's going to be the next video with this car. It's probably not going to come for a few weeks, because I've got a lot of unboxing videos that are out right now, or coming up. So so in real time, it's, what is it? It's August 6th. So the chassis build of this car went out today. Now, I'm probably going to bump this up in queue and put this out for next Saturday, just so that the car is complete. Otherwise, you're going to see the full Dynablaster build and a full Ford Ranger build almost before you see this car again. And I don't want to do that to you guys. Some people swear by not putting their builds up in consecutive order. For some reason, they think that the body's coming immediately after the chassis build doesn't do well with view count, but I don't really care about the view count, to be honest. I don't want you guys to wait to have to see this car done, so I'm probably going to bump this up and show this next Saturday, and then after that you'll see a full Dynablaster build, and then after that you'll see a full Ford Ranger build. But the running video for this is not going to come until September probably, because all of the running videos are going to be coming after all of the unboxing videos. So the unboxings have been happening for the past 6 weeks. I launched the channel, and in my new unbox video I was talking about 27 whatever kits that needed to come in. Well, I added probably another 10 or 15 to that 27 that were already a done deal, and they've all been coming in over the past 6 weeks. So you're about to see, I think, 5 weeks of unboxing videos every Wednesday. Now, that's not typical. I don't want you guys to think that I'm boasting when I show you this stuff. It's not. It's all stuff that happened months ago that just happened to be coming in kind of all at the same time. But it's all epic hits. Like, you've got to see it. It's crazy. So yeah, the running video will be next. We'll do a video where we put a motor in here. I'm not sure which motor yet. We'll get a servo in here. We'll get it powered up. Hopefully at that point, because it's going to be a few weeks from now in real time, I'll have figured out what body we're going to run. And then I actually ordered, I don't remember if it was 1 or 2 more bodies from Marwan, and 2 more sets of decals from Marwan. So I've got 2 sets of MCI decals coming in, 2 sets of Marwan decals coming in, 2 more bodies coming in, and then hopefully strip the original body. So I've got, I don't know, 6 bodies for this car at this point, but whatever. Like, for me, it's just about getting it right. And when I start messing up like this, I start ordering stuff from everywhere and bringing in piles of stuff, just so that I have what I need to get. When it becomes a shelfer, and it may very well be this body that is the shelfer, I want it to be right. That's all. So I can always sell the extra bodies, give them away, what have you. It doesn't matter to me. But I do have a bunch more stuff coming in, and you will see this car again. So let me move the camera back to its regular position so that I can get a closing of this car, but I'll give you one more look at it. The only thing that I would have done different, so the canopy is clear on this one. In the box it's matte, but whatever. I'm not gonna spray this over now that the decals are on it. It is what it is, and to be honest, I'm exhausted. I've had enough. I'm not going to lower the car either. The car's a mile in the air. I can get my whole hand underneath it. It's going to stay like that for the run. And then after the run is done, at that point, I may lower it. I'll probably will lower it down because I want it to be somewhere around there for the shelf. I want that thing to be sitting low. But for the run, I want maximum clearance. I know it's got a protective under tray on there, and it'll be one that I don't care about when I run it, but I don't want the arms to get scuffed. I don't want the bumper to get scuffed. So we'll figure it out. But that'll be in video 3, and I can't wait to run this thing. I know already it's going to be epic. So let me get the view changed over. This video's gone on way too long, and let's get a closing done. So that's going to do it for part 2. Finally over. The things we do, right? Oh man, it's it gets stressful sometimes. It shouldn't be, but it does. But I took this on as a mission, and I think I succeeded. So yeah, if you haven't already liked and subscribed to my insanity, please make sure that you do so that you don't miss any future content. And I definitely don't want you guys to miss the running video of this. So we'll put some other wheels and tires on there so that we don't mess them up. We'll protect the arms. At that point, I'll have a body to run. I'm not sure which one. I want it to be a custom special body, though. I know that. I'm not going to put one of the other mid bodies on there just because the look is completely different. But yeah, so like and subscribe so that you don't miss the running video. And like I said, we've got the Dyna-Blaster is coming up next, and then we get the Ford Ranger F-150 coming after that. So a couple more epic builds, and then after that, we've got actually a giveaway coming up that I'll be announcing. So look on Wednesdays for all those unboxing videos that will be coming out, and then the running videos. Like I said, there'll be 4 or 5 running videos after we finish up with the unboxing videos. I think that's going to take the whole month of August. Wednesday's videos will be unboxing videos, but a lot of cool kits have come into the studio that I want you guys to see. And then the running videos will come in, I think, beginning of September to middle of September. And the build videos will continue on Saturdays. So like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys think of my insanity with this project and how you think it came out. I'm in love with it now, but boy, it was a process getting here. So I'm going to end the video there. Thank you again, and we'll see you at the next RCI Con next Saturday. See you soon. Thanks.